Let's talk about A Good Person, because I watched this last night, and you did an amazing job, and you wrote this, you directed it. I don't want to give away too much, but it is a heavy movie in places, but it has to be. I mean, you're talking about the main character, who's played by Florence Pugh, goes through this incredible, very intense situation early in the film that reverberates throughout the rest of the movie. But I mean, the cast, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's pretty extraordinary.
I just was. How do you get Morgan Freeman to do your movie?
Well, I'll start with that. I had made a studio sort of heist film. It was a remake of Going in Style with him, Michael Keaton and Alan Arkin. And so we had a relationship, but I never thought he was even a possibility, because this was a little tiny budget indie, and Morgan doesn't usually do those. So I wrote the movie for Florence. We were in a relationship, and I just think she's the most incredible young actress on the planet. I was and am in awe of her, and I was dealing with a lot of grief. So, which I can talk about more if you want, but I'll just circle back to Morgan. I wrote this piece. It was about. I wanted to mix the story of grief with humor, because I don't want anything that's too maudlin. I mean, yes, there's a lot of drama in the film, but there's a lot of humor as well.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
And so it was real. It became real, and I said, I'm just going to start with. And there was a character of a senior citizen who I wanted to be some great acting legend, and I thought, well, why don't I? This is crazy. He's never going to do it, because we can't afford to pay him the Morgan Freeman amount of money. But I do know him, and I know he likes me, so let me try. And I remember Florence, we were in my den, and my phone rang, and the times Morgan and I have communicated, it's never been over a phone call. It's always been he'll very curt text. But my phone rang, and she held it up, and it said Morgan Freeman.
Oh, wow.
And I grabbed it. I was like, she's like, answer it. And I picked it up, and he said, I see myself on every page of the script.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
And that's when my life changed again. And he said, he goes, I don't normally do this, but meaning attach myself to a movie that wasn't even really fully set up yet. But I'm with you. And then, of course, we were on our way to being made.
It's so crazy, because, I mean, that's an amazing story in and of itself, but also Morgan Freeman has the most, next to like James Earl Jones, the most iconic voice.
Yeah.
And especially voiceover voice.
Yeah, he used to be my voicemail message, because he lost it when we were making Going in Style. He lost a bet to me, and my prize was that he was my outgoing voicemail.
What was the message?
It was like, "Hello, this is Morgan Freeman. Zach can't come to the phone
right now."
Oh my God.
Zach can't come to the phone. He's with Andy Dufresne.
I guess I just miss my friend.
I miss my friend. Because hope is a thing that you have to hang on to. It would be great if it just kept going and going and going. The penguin must sit on the eggs. Wait, we're doing that now?
He does have the most beautiful voice.
Oh my God! Well, I mean, he's fantastic, and I mean, God, Florence Pugh is incandescent.
Yeah.
She's
next level.
And
also there's Molly Shannon as well.
Molly Shannon playing the mom is terrific, and you know what I like is I'm drawn to stories where everybody's vulnerable and everybody's flawed.
I think we all have our own stuff, and
not me.
Except you.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Yep.
That doesn't at all check with what we know of you.
I think you have a skewed view, but anyway.
All right.
I wanted to. I feel no one. Everyone has their flaws, and everyone is battling what they're battling.
Yep.
I wanted to make a movie about grief and standing back up from grief. But not have it be so maudlin and depressing that you just don't want to watch it. So
Right,
in order to
right.
do that, I thought of times in my life that have been so dark, but then someone, and I'm sure at least you, because I know your personality, can agree that someone then finally says something funny and you have this release where you're like, thank
laughs,
God.
Yes, the experience of joy or laughter is much more powerful if the pressure's built up.
Yeah.
So when it's finally released, I think that's the trick.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to do, is because I felt that in life, at some of the darkest times in my life, someone says something funny and you just all belly laugh because you got nowhere else to go but up. And I wanted to sort of put that into the film, that just when shit's getting real and people are things are really grim, there's a comedic release.
Is there, because I'm thinking, again, I'm trying to put myself in your place, which is impossible. But if I say cut and then I have to go up and give Morgan Freeman a note, you know what I mean? It feels like it would be you. Yes, you have earned the right. You're a proven director. And you're the writer-director of this film, and you've earned the right, but still it's Morgan Freeman. Well, and you must flash back to, I remembered when I was working at Chili's.
With Morgan Freeman.
With Morgan Freeman, but it was his Chili's. He was the manager.
It's funny you say that. Well, first of all, Morgan really only would prefer to do one take of every single thing.
Oh, wow.
But as a director, that's usually impossible because there's multiple. Morgan Freeman is truly almost always perfect, but there's a background person that crossed in the wrong spot, or the camera was out of focus. So you often are in the position as a filmmaker of saying, okay, that was an awesome take one, we're gonna go again, and then you would hear wah.
Oh my God.
Wow. And then I have to be like, Morgan, you were awesome. We can do better with the camera, and also, can we change those blinds? And can you not cross when that you're directing the movie like you normally do?
Yeah.
But part of it is like he's very he teases like that. He's very he's like that. That's his vibe. But a little bit of it is like, let's keep moving. But he knows I'm going to do more than one take. And in terms of the directing thing, I would say the best analogy I can use with someone like him or someone like Florence Pugh is you're not teaching or telling them how to act.
Right.
You're having it's analogous to a conductor who has a genius first violinist. I can't play the violin like that person can, but I can say, I need to hear the bassoons a little more. So at that section, can you quiet down? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to him and being like, bro, what are you doing?
Morgan! Jesus, Morgan! What the hell was that?
I'm going to him and engaging in a conversation going, do you think that maybe in this scene it should be more X because later we're going to do Y?
Right.
And then more often than not, he's like, that's good, let's do that.
So if I had gone up to him and said, hey, Morgan, it's called acting.
That would have been horrible.
Let's give it a try, shall we?
That wouldn't have worked.
Shortest directing career ever.
Conan O'Brien was a movie director for, it says here, 8 seconds.
For one take, yeah. For one take. You wouldn't even gotten the wow.
Oh, no. Oh, I know what would have happened. Suddenly he's not there. And people are packing up equipment.